everything after I read Eat, Pray, Love, and I really did. Amazing writing.
That's a great question. Thank you very much, and I'm glad that you learned to not be writing. That's always a good moment. My inspiration when I was young, well, I don't ever remember not wanting to be a writer. I grew up on a small family Christmas tree farm. We didn't have media. My parents were sort of, my sister always described our upbringing. She described our family's house as an early, what she call it, a mid-19th century farmhouse with early 20th century comforts. And we were living in the late 20th century, so we had running water, and we didn't have a furnace. So it was kind of rugged, and we didn't have neighbors our age. My parents were really big readers, and my sister and I was lucky enough to have this older sister. My sister Catherine Gilbert Murdoch, I don't know if you are aware, is a tremendous young adult novelist, and always was a kind of Scheherazade, this incredibly imaginative person who could spin stories that we would live in for days. And they were really great stories, too. I mean, it wasn't just that we were time travelers with pet dinosaurs. We were time travelers with pet dinosaurs, and one of us had polio because she had just read a biography of FDR or something like that. Like, they were really strange, imaginative worlds. And so I think that led me into a world of the mind. And I also think that I was really lucky to be raised by people who never had any respect for professionals. I think that's a pretty good definition of my parents, to a fault. Like, when I had an eye infection and the cat had an eye infection the year before, my mom was like, I'm sure the medicine is the same. Like, just, it's just my child's eye. I'm sure it's fine. They just didn't, they didn't believe in people who had degrees. They didn't believe in getting permission to do stuff. They just did stuff. They built things, they made things, they grew things, and I think just being surrounded by that my whole life gave me permission that I didn't even know it. I would have never occurred to me that I would have to go do something like get an MFA in writing. If you want to write a book, you write a book. If you want to go and travel, you go and travel. And they lived in a way that was so disregarding of other people's opinions of them that I think that's a really good training ground to be an artist. and made us both, my sister and I, really resourceful and independent. I think that's what helped. Thank you for your question. I hope you're